Imagine waking up tired. Your muscles feel weak, your balance is off, and no matter how many vitamins you take, you just don't feel better. What if I told you, it's not what you're missing, but what you're taking too much of? That's right. Some of the very vitamins that are supposed to help you stay strong and sharp after 60 might actually be doing the opposite. In fact, a few of them could be silently sabotaging your strength, damaging your nerves, or even stressing out your kidneys. You've probably seen ads, read magazine articles, or even had well-meaning friends recommend certain supplements. But behind the labels and promises, there's a hidden danger, especially if you're over 60. Now, here's the shocker, one of these vitamins is in almost every multivitamin. And another? It's pushed as a must-have for bone health, but too much of it could land you in the hospital. So before you reach for that next pill, stick around. Because we're about to reveal 5 vitamins you should be very careful with after 60. And trust me, you won't believe what's on this list. After age 60, your body changes in ways you can't always feel, until it's too late. Your kidneys slow down. Your liver processes things differently. And your body becomes more sensitive to what you put in it. This means that the same vitamin that helped you in your 40s or 50s might start to hurt you in your 60s and beyond. Let's take a moment to think about the consequences. Some of these vitamins, when taken in high doses or for too long, can lead to serious health issues. We're talking about nerve damage, kidney stones, excessive bleeding, or even muscle weakness that can make you more likely to fall. And falls? They're not just a minor accident after 60. They can lead to hip fractures, long hospital stays, and long-term loss of independence. Now, here's what's really concerning. Many people over 60 are taking vitamins without ever checking with their doctor. Why? Because vitamins are sold over the counter. They seem safe. They're natural, right? But natural doesn't always mean harmless, especially when your body isn't processing things the way it used to. Still feeling like you're doing the right thing by taking that daily supplement? You might want to think again. One of the vitamins we'll talk about next could be silently damaging your nerves, and you wouldn't even know it. Until it's too late. So let's break down what's really going on, starting with the first surprising offender on our list. Here's something most people don't realize: vitamins aren't just extra nutrients. They're powerful substances that can affect your body's chemistry, and when you're over 60, that chemistry becomes more delicate. For starters, your kidneys and liver, the body's natural filters, work a little slower. So, if you take high doses of certain vitamins every day, your body might not get rid of the excess as efficiently. That leftover buildup? It can actually turn toxic over time. Another big factor is polypharmacy, a term used when someone is taking multiple medications. Many seniors are on prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or arthritis. When you combine these with certain vitamins, you can get interactions that aren't just uncomfortable. They're dangerous. For example, some vitamins thin your blood. That might not sound like a big deal, until you combine it with a blood pressure pill or a daily aspirin. Suddenly, you're at risk for serious internal bleeding. And here's another twist: some vitamins compete with each other. Too much of one can block the absorption of another. So even if you think you're doing the right thing by taking more, you might actually be causing a deficiency in something else. It's a tricky balance, and one that doctors and nutritionists are just now starting to talk more openly about. So now, let's get specific. Let's go through 5 vitamins that could actually be making you weaker. Starting with one that's in nearly every medicine cabinet. Wait, vitamin D? Isn't that the sunshine vitamin everyone says we need more of? Yes, and that's exactly why it's so dangerous. Vitamin D is crucial for bone health, sure. But here's what most people don't hear: too much vitamin D can cause serious health problems, especially after 60. As you age, your body doesn't regulate calcium as well. Vitamin D helps absorb calcium, but when you take too much, your calcium levels can spike too high. This condition, called hypercalcemia, can lead to kidney stones, confusion, fatigue, and even muscle weakness. Many seniors take vitamin D daily, on top of what's already in their multivitamin and fortified foods. Without blood tests, you won't even know you've crossed the line. Until your muscles start feeling weak and your doctor finds damage to your kidneys. So, should you stop taking it completely? Not necessarily. but taking more just in case is a risk you can't afford. And the next one? It could slowly destroy your nerves. Vitamin B6 is known for supporting brain health, boosting energy, and helping with mood. Sounds good, right? But here's the hidden danger. Too much B6 can cause serious nerve damage. It's called peripheral neuropathy, and it starts subtly: numbness in your hands or feet, a little tingling, maybe some balance issues. Over time, it can turn into full-blown weakness, coordination problems, and pain that just doesn't go away. The scary part? This damage can happen even if you're only slightly over the recommended limit for a long time. And unlike other vitamins, B6 builds up in your system, so that harmless daily dose adds up fast, especially when it's in your multivitamin and a B-complex pill. Most people don't even know it's the B6 causing the issue until the damage is already done. So, before you pop that next capsule, check the label. Because once the nerves are damaged, they might not recover. And the next vitamin? It might be thinning your blood, and you may never see it coming. Vitamin E is often marketed as an anti-aging hero, good for your heart, skin, and even memory. But after 60, it can carry a hidden and dangerous risk. It thins your blood. Now, if you're already taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, or other blood thinners, which many seniors are, adding high doses of vitamin E to the mix can increase your risk of internal bleeding. We're talking about bleeding in your stomach, your brain, or places you wouldn't notice. Until it's a medical emergency. And here's the catch: you don't need much vitamin E to get the benefits. But many supplements, especially those labeled for heart health or immune support, pack way more than what's considered safe. If you bruise easily or notice unexplained nosebleeds, it might not be your blood pressure meds, it could be that harmless vitamin you've been taking every morning. Still with me? Because the next one is even more surprising. It's something doctors often check for in young people, but can be dangerous in older ones. Iron is essential for making red blood cells and carrying oxygen through the body. It's often recommended for younger people, especially women. But once you hit 60, too much iron can do more harm than good. Here's why: as we age, we're less likely to be iron deficient, especially men and postmenopausal women. But many seniors still take multivitamins with added iron, just in case. The problem is, excess iron doesn't just leave the body, it stores up. And when that happens, it can lead to hemochromatosis, a condition where iron builds up in organs like the liver, heart, and pancreas. This buildup can cause joint pain, fatigue, and eventually damage those organs permanently. Worse yet? High iron levels can also mess with your digestion, causing nausea, constipation, or even stomach ulcers. Unless your doctor has specifically told you to take iron, there's a good chance you don't need extra. And the last vitamin on our list? It's supposed to protect your bones, but could be putting your kidneys at risk. Calcium is the go-to supplement for bone health, especially for women over 60. But here's what most people don't hear: too much calcium can backfire, big time. First, let's talk about kidney stones. When you flood your body with calcium from supplements, especially in high doses, it can build up in your kidneys. Over time, this can form painful stones or even lead to kidney damage. Then there's absorption issues. Too much calcium can interfere with magnesium, zinc, and iron levels. Your body needs all of these in balance, and throwing one out of whack can affect muscle function, energy, and immunity. And here's a surprise: some studies have even linked excessive calcium supplementation to an increased risk of heart problems in older adults. Why? The theory is that extra calcium might deposit in your arteries, hardening them over time. So if you're taking calcium daily, stop and ask, am I also getting it from dairy, leafy greens, or fortified foods? Because in this case, more is definitely not better. Now that you know which vitamins to be cautious with, you might be wondering, what should I do instead? First and most importantly, talk to your doctor. Ask for a simple blood test to check your vitamin levels. This takes the guesswork out and helps you avoid both deficiency and overload. Second, focus on food first. A balanced diet filled with fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains gives your body nutrients in the form it knows best. Food-based nutrients are absorbed more gently and naturally. Third, be mindful of overlapping sources. Check your multivitamin, your fortified foods, like cereal or milk, and any extra supplements you're taking. You might be getting triple doses without even realizing it. Finally, remember, less is often more at this stage of life. The goal isn't to load up on pills. It's to support your body in a balanced, thoughtful way. Up next, let's pull everything together with a simple recap and a bit of coaching. Let's quickly go over what we've learned. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to vitamin overload. Vitamin D, B6, E, iron, and calcium, while helpful in the right amounts, can actually cause harm if taken unnecessarily or in excess. The key is not to fear vitamins, but to understand them. They're tools, not cures, and like any tool, using the wrong one for too long can cause damage. So, stay curious. Ask questions. Review your supplements regularly. And most of all, partner with your doctor, not your local drugstore aisle. Now, let's finish strong with a little motivation. You've made it this far because you care about your health, and that's powerful. Knowledge is your best defense. Don't let flashy labels or outdated advice steer you wrong. You deserve to feel strong, clear-minded, and confident in your choices. Keep learning, keep asking, and above all, stay in charge of your health.